Welcome to Inside the Summit League. We've got one more week of this non-conference stuff left, and then we get into the heat of the league season in volleyball and men's and women's soccer. Got some golf going on right now. Highlights from the Jackrabbit Fall Invitational in Sioux Falls coming up. Pretty impressive performance by Hudson Carpenter of South Dakota State. A chat a little later with Pat Osterman from Western Illinois as they get ready to host the Summit League men's soccer tournament, plus some notes on baseball and men's basketball with Pat at Western Illinois. Start with women's soccer, though, and Denver took its first loss of the season over the weekend. They lost 2-1 at Nebraska. The Pioneers, though, still in the top 20 in the country. They are at number 19 this week. South Dakota State's women's soccer team has looked good early on. Here are the Jackrabbits at home against Kansas, and then IUPUI and North Dakota State at home as well over the weekend. Jackrabbits taking on the Jayhawks from the Big 12 Conference, and Kansas scores just over a minute into the match. 1-0 KU just 62 seconds into this one, and it was 1-0 Kansas at the half. Jacks tie it up, though, just after the half. Megan Kingston with the assist, and Shelby Raper with the goal for South Dakota State, her first of the season, and the match is tied 1-1 until the 75th minute, and the Jayhawks will sneak one past the Inns keeper, Nicole Inskeep, and KU wins it 2-1. In Fargo, North Dakota, meanwhile, North Dakota State taking on Colorado State. NDSU beat them in football last year. I'm required to say that by my producer. Bison beat them here too, though. Shot by Steph Jacobson is turned away, but just before the half, a free kick, 23 yards out. Lauren Miller with the shot, Tristan Walsack with the header, and NDSU in the lead, and that was the only goal that they would need in this match. Sierra Bonham would get the shutout for the Bison. They had another chance here, but wouldn't need it. North Dakota State improves to 4-5 with the 1-0 win. In Indianapolis, hometown battle between Butler and IUPUI. Good give and go by the Bulldogs, but a save by the Summit League Defensive Player of the Week, Giselle Guzman for the Jags. No scoring in the first half. Jags trying to chip it in and chase it down, but a save made there by Julie Burton for Butler. Butler attacking again. And this is nice. That's just good soccer, but that is great goalkeeping by Nicole Guzman. And again, it was a shutout and a scoreless match until the 79th minute. Guzman, Superman, doesn't matter. Not going to stop that, and Butler wins it 1-0.
They did a great job out there in the game today. I mean, we gave it the PK, which is something we don't want to do. I think we continue to understand that we have to have faith in our goalkeeper on the back. If we let a shot off, that she's going to make a save back there because she's proven she can again and again.
All right, more women's soccer coming up later. Men's soccer and golf coming up next. Sort of a home tournament for one Summit League school at the Jackrabbit Fall Invitational.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
This commercial could have a catchy, witty campaign slogan to compare a Honda-certified pre-owned vehicle to the competition, but none is necessary. The facts speak for themselves. 150-point inspection? Check. Vehicle history report? Check. Warranty up to 100,000 miles? Check. Great financing options? Check. Price below book? Absolutely. The facts are indisputable. A Honda-certified pre-owned vehicle crushes the competition. Check out a huge selection today at your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Welcome back. Well, if you have a child, teach them how to play golf and then help them get a scholarship to a Summit League school. Our teams go to some pretty cool places like Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and Vero Beach, Florida, and Cleveland. But one thing they do not get many chances to do is host their own tournaments during the season, which makes the Jackrabbit Fall Invitational kind of special.
It certainly is nice to have it close to home, and this is as close to a home tournament as we're going to get. A lot of people don't realize is that a lot of schools don't even have a home tournament. All their tournaments are away, and so it's kind of nice to be able to call this place home, and we're really lucky to be able to host it here. And so Nevada's great because it's the time of year. In March we have to host it somewhere else, but there's a lot to be said about hosting it close to home, and it's a really short travel, which is what we're not used to.
A handful of highlights here from round 2 on Monday at Minnehaha Country Club. That is Grant Smith of South Dakota State. He's a freshman from Des Moines, 76 in round 1, 74 here in round 2, and then he finished with a 5 under 66 in the final round, and he finished 6th overall. Bill Carlson of North Dakota State, junior from Fargo, 72 in the final round. He finishes 5th. A 3-day total of +2 for Bill Carlson for North Dakota State. Representing the Coyotes, Sam Matthew of USD, a junior from Roseville, Minnesota. 3-day total of +14 for him. And here is the man, Hudson Carpenter of the Jackrabbits. Cross-handed putter was working. Only player who had all 3 rounds under par in the tournament. So here are the final results on the men's side in the Jackrabbit Fall Invitational. Jackrabbits win it by 2 shots over North Dakota State. Hudson Carpenter 69-70 and 68 to finish 6 under par. Alex Klein, a sophomore from USD, was just 2 shots back after a 65 in the closing round on Tuesday. On the women's side, Jackrabbits and the Bison, the top 2 there as well. An 11-shot win for South Dakota State. USD was in 6th place overall. Sarah Storant, a junior from Moorhead, Minnesota, and Brenna Lervick of USD tie for the medalist honors. 2 shots ahead of Megan Mingo, a freshman from Yankton, South Dakota, playing for the Jackrabbits. And you can find all the scores from all the players and all the teams at the league website, thesummitleague.org. Summit League men's soccer teams are finishing up the pre-conference season against some very good teams. Here is Denver at home against San Diego State, and then Western Illinois at home against Valparaiso. Denver's Pioneers in the white uniforms in this one, and 14 is Zach Bolden. Look at the footwork here. Nice. Feeds it to Kyle Morlack, and the freshman puts that away. Denver up 1-0 early. For San Diego State, Abraham Villan was one aggressive little Aztec in this one. 3 shots on goal. Blast off the crossbar there. They clear it out. It stays 1-0 Denver at halftime. 73rd minute of the match, though. Villan again off the dump from midfield, out of the air and in. Nice goal. Ties it at 1-1, and they go to overtime. Morlack, who had the goal before, to Costa Cordistos, the junior from Germany, kicks it into Kasten, and Denver wins this match 2-1 over San Diego State. In Macomb, Illinois, Western Illinois hosting Valparaiso out of Valparaiso, Indiana. Crusaders on the board first. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes for Valparaiso. Adrian Graham gets that by Yves Dietrich, and it's 1-0 Valpo. 37 seconds later, they score again. Nick Suker all by himself. Valparaiso had 7 shots on goal and scored on 5 of them. 2-0 Valpo at the half. Leathernecks come back, though, off the corner. And that is Husref Jupic there to knock it in for Western Illinois. And then midway through the second half, it'll be that man again, Jupic. We'll get it to Eric Bloom. Boom. Western still down 3-2, though. And Valparaiso would tack on 2 more goals, one in the 76th, one in the 87th minute. Western falls 5-2 in this one, but Coach Johnson's been around. He says, we are just fine right now. You got to keep in mind we're getting ready for the Summit League season, and you got to keep in mind who we're playing right now and why.
I think as of yesterday, before we played today, our opponents were 25-2 or close to that, somewhere in that range. And this team has only lost 1 game, and that would happen to be Friday to the number 12 team. And so they've had some ties, and so obviously that if you don't play good opponents, you're not going to be able to play in a quality league game, because the league game, everything is ratcheted up because the emotions of playing in a league game is different than playing what turns out this isn't a derby. This is Valpo Western. We play every year, but it's not the same thing as a league game. So I think that other than what we did today, I think that those games helped us get ready for the league.
And Summit League play will start this Saturday in men's soccer. Got the Fort Wayne at Oral Roberts and Western Illinois at Omaha. Speaking of Western Illinois, they will host the postseason tournament in men's soccer. We'll hear why that is a big deal and get the lowdown on the rest of the Leatherneck programs from Pat Osterman when we come back.
Since 1982, the Summit League has been achieving excellence. Beyond providing a quality education to more than 120,000 students, the league continues to strengthen its reputation of being nationally competitive in athletics. Today, more than 3,000 elite student athletes at 8 institutions embody the vision, purpose, and innovation the Summit League represents. These young men and women are reaching for the summit in both athletic and academic endeavors.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes. You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda Civic to the Toyota Corolla. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda Civic beats the Corolla every time, with rates as low as 0.9%. See your Dakota Land Honda dealers today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda Civic.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Western Illinois is the oldest member of the Summit League. In fact, the only original member that's left now. Pat Osterman is the sports information guy at Western Illinois. He's also worked in the Missouri Valley Conference, the Ohio Valley Conference, the Southern Conference, and he joins us on the phone now. And Pat, just your personal opinion, I guess, of the strength of the Summit League across the board in sports against some of those other conferences that you've worked in the past.
Well, I know the Summit League has certainly gone through some changes in the past few years, but I think we are primed for a great future. I know Commissioner Duple has done a great job with all the changes going around, not only in the Summit League, but also around the country as well. Obviously, the Summit League certainly experiencing what every other conference, virtually every other conference in this country has experienced, a change in membership. I really like where the Summit League is going to be going. I think Denver is going to certainly add a tough dimension to this league. They're going to be tough competitors all across the board, and I think we've got a great nucleus in the Summit League that's certainly going to make this a very competitive conference around the country.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Western Illinois volleyball. The media and the coaches didn't expect them to do a whole lot this year, but having a pretty good start to the season. Tell us about the volleyball team a little bit.
Everyone knows the Summit League, it's going to be another tough year in the league. But our team keeps building. I think there's a lot of positive momentum going on in this program, and I think the players have certainly bought into what Coach Hall wants to do with this program, where she wants to take it.
All right, you guys host the men's soccer tournament again this year. It's an honor, I think, for you guys, isn't it? But it's also a lot of work.
It is, but as you said, it is a great honor to showcase Macomb and Western Illinois University being able to have the honor of hosting this event again. It was a lot of fun last year, even though the championship game, I know it was very bad weather, a lot of rain, cold, windy day. But actually, we didn't mind because we ended up winning the tournament, and you pull off a big win over number one team of the conference at that time in Oakland. Certainly go on to the NCAA College Cup. Going to make it, no matter what the weather is, certainly makes everything a great day. 6 times now in the last 9 years. Eric Johnson's taken our team to the NCAAs, and I know we're off to a little slow start right now, 1-4. But if you look at the teams, including Milwaukee, who's next on our schedule, every single one of those teams has been either received votes nationally for the top 25 poll, or they've been undefeated or unbeaten at the time we've played them. So he is not afraid to play a challenging schedule. We've got 2 more non-conference games, and then we're back to Summit League play, starting that up, I should say, at Omaha. And it's going to be another competitive year again. I think you're going to see the addition, as I said earlier, with Denver coming into the league. It's going to certainly add to the competition level of the Summit League. And then for us personally, hey, we get to play Eastern Illinois. They're an affiliate member. And again, it's one of those games you always love to circle on the calendar whenever you can play an in-state rival.
Let's switch to baseball now. In the Summit League, down to 5 teams in baseball. Are we good to go, as far as you know, for an automatic qualifier going forward? Or what does the future hold for baseball?
Well, that's, again, a good question. With Oakland leaving, you're down to 5 programs now. But I know Commissioner Duple, they're working hard to try and find a great solution for that. As I recall, we're going to be okay. We have the, I believe it's called kind of a cushion, I guess you want to say, until we get us back up to 6 because of the conference affiliations and all the switches. We'll still be able to get that NCAA automatic bid for whoever wins the conference tournament championship. But we're looking forward to it this coming year. We've already started our fall season. We've had 2 games so far. We've got another 2 set before we wrap up the fall baseball season, and Ryan Brownlee and his staff are doing another great job. Last year we actually had a very good season, I think, compared to what we've been in the past. Got back to the conference tournament for the first time in a couple years, and we beat South Dakota State in the opening round, who was the number 1 seed at the time. So I know they're expecting bigger and better things here in 2014.
All right, one men's basketball question, and the profile of Western Illinois has gone up over the years with Ceola Clark and Terrell Parks being there. It's going to be a little different without those guys around this season, isn't it?
It will. I mean, when you lose 2 first-team all-conference guys like Ceola Clark and Terrell Parks, who's been, I guess you could say, the face of this program, and then you have to add in there Jack Kaup as well, who was another 3-year player. They certainly did a lot of great things for this program. Regular season title last year. Those are 3 big shoes you got to fill. And I know Coach Molinari and his staff went out. They got a great recruiting class. You see them out here going through individual workouts, and even at night, the team's out there playing on their own, getting some workouts in. So I know they're going to be motivated to see what they can do this coming year.
All right, thanks to Pat Osterman of Western Illinois. Summit League basketball teams, by the way, get practice started this weekend. First games are only about 5 weeks away. Back to women's soccer after this, and some Sunday afternoon matches in the Dakotas coming up.
Great comparisons in history. Abe Lincoln versus Babe Lincoln. American football fans versus Netherlands football fans. Angus steaks versus Josie's crab cakes.
You see, some people like to compare the features of the all-new 2013 Honda CR-V to the Toyota RAV4. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the Honda CR-V beats the RAV4 every time, with rates as low as 0.9%. See your local Dakota Land Honda dealer today to get a great lease on the all-new Honda CR-V.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Back to women's soccer now, and some very good highlights from some Sunday matinees at South Dakota State, and NDSU. Just outside the Dakota Dome in Vermillion, Coyotes would score first and second and third in this one. That's Jamie Karch, a freshman, with her 5th goal of the season for the Coyotes. She is second in the league in scoring right now, 1-0. Free kick for the Panthers, though. It gets redirected. Mackenzie Victor with the stretching save back there for USD. And then the Coyotes would tack on 2 more second-half goals. Danielle Anderson on the cross, and then a big collision in the box and a foul on Northern Iowa. So Katie Porter takes the PK, boom, 2-0 USD. And then Danielle Anderson again will come screaming around the corner. A cross to Shannon Keller, to Corey Strang. That's just good soccer. Coyotes win it 3-0.
I was even more happy that we played better than we did the game before, and we are doing things better than we did the game before, and that's been kind of our motto all season. And we have really been working on possession, and we possessed better than we did. We've been working on our final third stuff and did better things in the attacking third than we did the game before. So I was pretty happy about that.
Meanwhile, in Brookings on Saturday, the Jackrabbits taking on North Dakota, and lots of South Dakota State scoring in this one. Diana Potterveld with the first goal. That's her 3rd of the season, and the Jackrabbits up 2-1 at the half in this match. Second half here, Megan Kingston clearing some space, fires it from beyond the box, and that is her first goal of the season. South Dakota State leads it 3-1 on the Kingston score. Jacks clear it out of their own end, and Potterveld is going to give chase all the way down the field and gets taken out by the UND keeper. So a penalty kick coming up for the Jacks. Alyssa Brazel, chance is pretty good that's going in, and her 4th goal of the season. And the Jacks were not done yet. Watch this one by Delaney Ratcliffe from the corner right into the goal. Her first of the year for Ratcliffe, and the Jacks win big 6-1 over North Dakota. And finally, back in Fargo on Sunday, North Dakota State hosting Eastern Washington. And the Bison didn't have a lot of chances in this match. It didn't create a lot of opportunities. Just 3 shots on goal. Couldn't get one in. Anisha Kinnerath is denied there for the Bison. Eastern Washington would get one in the first half. Nice work here by Cassie Black, and it is 1-0 Eagles at the half. Again, Bison had limited chances in this one. Kinnerath was denied before. Gets this one from the corner. And just a big old traffic jam out in front. Nothing there for the Bison. Amy Yang a little bit later for North Dakota State. A decent look there, but just wide. And Eastern Washington would tally 2 more and beat the Bison in this one 3-0 the final. North Dakota State is now 4-6 on this season. And the women's soccer teams in the Summit League will start play a week from Friday on October 4th. We'll take you to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Next, we'll find out why they have such good student athletes at IPFW in our campus spotlight.
Minutes east of Sioux Falls stands Grand Falls Casino Resort. A casino in a grand new way, where you can turn an evening into a winning night out. Spin a day off into a day of play. Who says life next door shouldn't be grand? Live it up at Grand Falls Casino Resort, where you can win, dine, and unwind. Now that's grand. Grand Falls Casino Resort, a grand new way to eat, play, and stay.
This commercial could have a catchy, witty campaign slogan to compare a Honda-certified pre-owned vehicle to the competition, but none is necessary. The facts speak for themselves. 150-point inspection? Check. Vehicle history report? Check. Warranty up to 100,000 miles? Check. Great financing options? Check. Price below book? Absolutely. The facts are indisputable. A Honda-certified pre-owned vehicle crushes the competition. Check out a huge selection today at your Dakota Land Honda dealer.
Whether you're in pain on Friday or get hurt on Saturday, injuries can happen any day of the week. Now you can walk right in for expert care at Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track. We're the first to offer a walk-in clinic at 4 convenient locations, 7 days a week with evening hours. Call 605-328-2663. Expert care when you need it. Sanford Orthopedic Fast Track.
Inside the Summit League is brought to you by Sanford Health, Grand Falls Casino, and Dakota Land Honda. Well, two things about Summit League student athletes. One is they do go to class, and two is they do very well generally across the board in academics. And here's how they do it at Fort Wayne in our campus spotlight.
At IPFW, we expect excellence in both the classroom and on the field of play. Helping in the academic arena is director of the Mastodon Academic Performance Center and newly minted senior woman administrator, Chris Kuznar.
IPFW for the last 10 years has had GPAs averaging for all of our sports of a 3.0 or better. And this last academic year, we had our highest GPA for the entire year. That was the highest in our history. We had a 3.18 average GPA.
One of the other areas of guidance for Kuznar is IPFW's Student Athlete Leadership Team, or SALT, which includes 2 members from each of IPFW's varsity teams.
Those student athletes are volunteers. When they come and serve on SALT, they commit to at least once a month meetings, and usually more than that committee work where they do good works for the community. They go out and they raise funds and they do donations and they volunteer their time, and SALT also will work on any student athlete concerns that might come up over the year. The MAP Center is responsible for supporting student athletes in several different areas, the most important being academic support. So we help them with class scheduling, helping them to meet with their academic advisors. We help them to talk about their career plans and what might be in store for them in the future. And we help with them with serving in the community.
Also helping lead the IPFW SALT is senior Tim Salties, a current member of the IPFW cross-country squad, and in July he was named to the NCAA Division I National Student Athlete Advisory Committee.
It's great. We're working with a great group of athletes and leaders on each team. Our main goal is to get more involved in the community and to put IPFW's name out there.
Tim is a great representative of IPFW, and as the SALT president, he presides over every SALT meeting. He runs the agenda for the meeting, and he also now has the responsibility that now that he's representing the Summit League, he was elected to be a representative for the Summit League to the National Division I SAC.
It's not easy, a lot of time management, but it comes with a lot of practice too. And I'm hoping that that will be a great experience to help me get into med school and fulfill that part of my career.
Thanks to everybody in Fort Wayne. Thanks to all of our member schools. We'll see you next week on Inside the Summit League.